Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Royalty Real,
And I'm the sensual genius.
and welcome to
Welcome
Real.
to. I'm sorry. Hold on. Welcome to what? Okay, okay.
We got it this time.
Well, welcome
Welcome
to
to Royal Genius Review.
Royal Genius Review.
Okay, we
Let
gotta
me
do that
write,
one more time.
let me write this down, bro. My memory is terrible.
Oh, this is funny.
Okay, Royal Genius Review.
Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Royalty Real,
And I'm the sensual genius.
and welcome
Welcome to
to
the
Royal
Royal Genius
Genius Review.
Reviews. And not like we teach the kindergarten class.
On this channel, we're gonna be talking about anime, TV shows, movies. We have so many things that we both like together. So,
Right. And hopefully books, if
and
we
books too.
both can get back into, reading.
Yeah, it's kind of
Can have
hard because we're
us
both authors. So we're
right.
so
Never time to read nobody else's stuff.
right, because we got to keep reading our stuff over. That's where editors come in. You know what? I'm gonna write, and then you just tell me what I need to fix.
Exactly. Exactly.
But the first thing we're gonna talk about this week is gonna be Snowfall.
Snowfall.
If you guys are not familiar with Snowfall, Snowfall's been on since I think it's 2017, right?
Mm, I don't know.
Yep, 2017. Created in 2017, and I'm drawing a
Who
blank
who
on
wrote Snowfall? Do you know?
I'm drawing a blank on the original director. He passed away, so I'm gonna
Really?
go. Yeah, he's a famous writer though. John Singleton.
He did. He did.
Yeah, it's
The
crazy,
guy
right?
that played Lee was just talking about him, and I didn't even like remember that he did pass away.
Yeah. I think they've been doing a good job keeping his legacy alive though, because sometimes if a writer passes away in the middle of a show, that you see the
It it falls flat. Yeah, because he's a dope writer, and I was just thinking, dang, I would love to work with him someday, and I forgot that he died.
and he from my area too. He from LA, so crazy. So this is a
When was
story.
that? Was that last year?
He passed in like 2019, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
So the first thing that grabs me with this show from the beginning was the casting, because a lot of these actors I had never seen before.
Right.
The majority of them I hadn't seen before. I was just like, okay, how are these people gonna do?
I think is this the first time I saw the guy that played Franklin? Mm, I think I
I
saw
did.
him in something else, and then the guy that plays his uncle I saw before,
Oh, you did?
but everybody else I I don't know.
Oh, that was the
Also,
first.
that girl, his friend, the girl that got hooked on the crack,
Gail.
the police daughter,
Oh, her.
I saw her before too.
I think they did a good job with casting. I like when shows do that, like put people that possibly you've seen before
Mhm.
in lesser roles and let these newer people get the main role.
Exactly. I
And
like
so
that too.
I had never seen Franklin before, and
I
to
think
be
I saw him too.
you think you did?
You go ahead. I think so, but I don't remember.
What I was gonna say, do you remember if he was using an American accent or was he using his British accent?
I think it was his British accent, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta see what he was in because I think I saw him before. And also the guy that played also, I think I saw him before as well.
Oh, he had been in stuff before, but I think this is
And of course D-Ray.
yeah, yeah. People knew who D-Ray was
Right.
already before this, but didn't see him in a role like that.
Right. That he played well. Like,
Also, Melvin Gregg,
I'm looking at the cast right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man Man,
Man boy.
Man Boy.
Yeah,
He blew me away in that role because at first I saw him, he about to be a funny character. Like, nah, this nigga, like,
right.
he
Like,
really
I loved him though. Like, he was so like the name itself, Man Boy, made no sense, but I love that character.
it be niggas like that in the hood in LA for real though. You don't
All
understand their name at all, but it's
but it's a name. I feel like in our community, period, we just be having some creative
oh
nicknames.
yeah, for real. And it just come out of nowhere too. Just like that's your name forever now. Every time
Man
somebody see
boy.
you. 50 was talking about that before. He was just like his family and everything call him Boo Boo.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't talk about this boonie.
But one
I
of the go ahead,
I
go ahead.
can't see 50 as boo boo.
He
It's
said
so
now his
weird.
only people that's allowed to call him that is family, like his grandma and stuff like that. But around the neighborhood, people call him Boo Boo.
That is so funny.
So one of the first things I dive into shows, like I dive into the actors and actresses. So when I found out that Damson was not from LA, from not
Oh,
from America at all,
oh yeah.
I was just like,
He is amazing too.
and
You know something I noticed too because of the accent he had to use the LA accent
mhm.
a lot like there's a lot of like southern like the southern twang a little bit you can hear in LA or in California period cuz I'm like they sound southern to me. I know all of them are not from, from LA or from California at all.
But they had to get it down. They actually had, I don't know if you know who Dubsy is.
Dupsy. I don't think
He
so.
was in a group with Ice Cube back in the day called West Side Connection. He probably
Mm.
the most famous person to ever see walk. He used to do them. He had the three braids in his beard.
I remember them.
Yeah, he was on set training them how to talk like us,
Really?
because it'd be natural for me, but for somebody else to know the LA lingo, especially in the 80s, like that
Right.
was a whole different ball of wax. So John Singleton took it serious and he made Damson go to LA to get the part. He had to made him go to the hood, the 60s neighborhood, and walk around for a whole day. And they said if anybody could tell that you're not from here, then you basically won't get the part kind of thing. So
Wow. Well, first of all, that's some pressure I would take on because I'm trying to get this part, number one. Number two, I don't want nothing to happen to me in the neighborhood as well.
exactly. But if you around the right people in LA, I think it's like that anywhere. If you around the right people,
Yeah,
they're gonna tell you where to go, what to do, type of thing. But the interactions is what's important. Like
right.
I know you probably could tell if somebody not from your area.
Yeah, because of the way we talk.
Exactly. You got a whole different accent. Where you where you from? That's the first thing. Where you from?
Right.
So for him to go through that,
He was
I'm just
committed. He was committed to it. Yeah, also hearing what is his name? I don't want to keep saying the guy that Isaiah John.
oh yeah.
Hearing like his background, his acting background, and like him saying he wanted to be an actor since he was young. And I think about 14, maybe a little younger than that. But him saying how he wanted to do it, and he started taking it serious right away, like going to classes. His mom was getting him, auditions to different places, figuring things out. He said his mom was really the one that got him this role, that found it for him and hooked it up for him to get the role.
Yeah.
But to see everything he went through, he went to acting school. He said that he was a janitor for a while too because he wasn't getting any roles. And then eventually this came and it ended up being huge for him. Like I love hearing backstories like that.
Me too. Me too. It makes you respect the craft. Like you knew that you had to have to go
Right.
through something. Like even we're gonna talk about BMF another time, but even Big Little Meech,
Little
big
Meech.
yeah,
Mhm.
he said he had to go through what he had to go through to get to acting, and it paid off
Right,
because
I haven't seen it, but Imma look at it.
once you see it, there's no way that you could tell me that that's his first acting job.
I can
First,
see by the clips that he's so like that he his daddy.
yeah, for
That's the
real.
same way I felt about O'Shea in, what's the movie?
Oh, Straight Outta
NWA?
Compton?
Yeah, Straight Outta
Yeah,
Compton. That's
yeah.
the same thing I felt about him.
So, there's a lot of people in this cast that, just knock it out the park and have grown so much. The one that plays Franklin's mom, her name
Yes.
is, I think it's either Mickle or Michael Hyatt.
Go Hyatt, yeah,
She's excellent, and
and she is amazing, especially that, monologue that she had on, was that episode 1?
yeah, season 6, episode 1.
Season
She
6.
made you feel that,
Yeah,
like, so either you
she
with me
did.
or again. I was just
I
like,
was like,
Teddy spared my life because in his mind, I posed no threat to him. None of us do. He could take away one of the most important things in my life, and I could do nothing about it. I was just some nagger who'd never touch him. Inconsequential to the point it wasn't even worth the effort it would take to snuff me out. And in that moment, I knew. Fuck Teddy, fuck the CIA, and fuck the government that supported them. I was gonna do whatever it would take to not only destroy him, but to make sure that he knew it was me, the inconsequential nigga, who did it. I am way past facing reality, Franklin. I am done standing by the door waiting for Mama to come home. Now, are you with me, Saint? Or are you with them? Okay.
Okay, tell Ruben I'll meet him tomorrow.
if I was in the
I
audience,
felt
I would have stood up and start
I was
thank
like
you.
that Black Panther, coming through her because she
Right,
was inspiring me, and I ain't even on the show.
right, right. That's what I want to start feeling. I don't know if you know who the guy that plays Kane. Do you know who he is?
Mm,
Devon Nixon. His real name is Devon Nixon, but he's you know who Debbie Allen is?
Kane.
Kane
Yeah,
the yeah,
yeah.
that's Debbie Allen's son.
Really?
Yeah. So I was surprised at that. He had like childhood roles that he was
Really?
famous for. So
I think I think I remember his childhood roles. You talk about the one that he got out of prison.
yeah, yeah, and attacked them.
Him. Yeah,
Yeah. He was in I'm looking at it, The Bodyguard.
the
And
bodyguard. I don't remember bodyguard.
oh,
I don't remember
let me
him in
see.
that one. You talk about Whitney Houston, the bodyguard, or something else?
Yeah, the original The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston. And then
Okay.
he was in Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes back in '94. Like he had a couple of roles. Like I remember seeing him as a kid and stuff. He was in Bebe's Kids. So,
Yeah, I definitely remember him, but those roles,
but
I'm trying to remember what I remember him from.
he looks totally different. His accent is like he got the LA accent too down.
Right.
He that nigga.
See, that's the thing too. Have you ever wanted to be an actor?
Yes. I always wanted to.
See, I didn't always want to be an actor, but recently I'm like, I don't know, something telling me that I need to do this. But also the way that I talk, that's something that I would have to work on because because my
Well,
accent is heavy.
you could start with doing other stuff, but I want to learn different accents because you can start just doing your natural, because
Right.
there's instead, especially if you have a story that's set in somewhere that you're at. Um,
Right. Yeah,
uh,
that's what I said. I would start because I did notice some movies popping up on Tubi with like with people from Charleston, which is pretty much the same accent, Gullah. On I'm trying to think of a name of it. It's something called Lilith's Ball or something like that. Was it Seven Deadly Sins? It's something called Lilith's Ball on Tubi that I saw with actors from Charleston. I think that's where it's set as well.
That's dope. I
Yeah,
I wanted to act because I did plays and stuff when I was younger, and I always got cast as the lead,
me too.
even though I wasn't trying to. Like
Me
it was just like
same.
everybody had to try out, and it was just like, so you're gonna be the, the lead. And
I wish I did more things when I was younger, but we didn't really have a whole lot. We didn't really have a whole lot going. Like you would get the plays from school, the little programs and stuff like that, but that was it.
most of mine was church. We had like a drama ministry at my church, so I did. But I was in school. We did a um what was it? Ebenezer Scrooge. What was that? A Christmas Carol, but the
A
Christian
Christmas
version.
Carol.
So I was Scrooge. I had to wear the gray wig and all of that. Be the old man. I was only 15.
I played Pocahontas. In I think it was a class play. It wasn't the whole school, but it was one of my class. I think I was in kindergarten too. Um, I played Pocahontas. I played Rosie, the Little Red Car. Don't ask me what that is. It was a it was a thing that I think they made up.
Really?
I think those are the only two I remember. But I used to get like the teachers used to put me in a lot of programs that I did not want to be in. But I would still participate because they were pushing me like you basically telling me like you got a future in this, like you should do this. But it was because of I was pretty. It wasn't they didn't know if I had talent for real or not.
I
It was
think
just because of the way
for
I looked.
me is because I was smart and
Right.
I could remember a lot of stuff. Like they would,
Right.
so they knew I could just memorize stuff. Because so I get the screenplay or whatever, and I sit there and memorize everybody's lines, and then
Hone The smartest kids is in the school were the ones with the best memory.
right. So I'm remembering everything. So I remember everybody's parts. I remember during one of the plays, one of the teachers forgot her lines,
And
and
you correct her?
yeah, I had to mouth it to her like while we were on stage. I'm just like, I remember I got the video. I'm gonna show you too. I got the video where I was
Bro,
just like,
that's so you.
I was just like, damn, you just it's she was just like, oh, this is- oh." I was just like, I was so upset.
Oh, you were taking it
I was. I
serious.
was just like, this is my part. I'm gonna knock it out the park.
I bet
So
that teacher remembers you too.
yep. I actually saw her a couple years ago. She worked at a hospital. She was the one of the cafeteria people. And she
Did
had
she
some
remember you?
yeah, of course. She was like, "Terry!" I was just like,
Obviously.
"Hey, how you doing?"
Obviously.
Uh, so I think I want to start with this show. Let's start with the characters and how you feel they've
Gotcha.
evolved over
Mhm.
the thing. What character you want to start with?
Louis, because to me she has like the craziest evolution on the show. I love it though. Because who knew she was gonna be the HBIC when she was
Facts.
at first she was on drugs. She was
Man,
she was hooked on drugs and she cleaned up,
right?
stayed in the environment and still, was killing things. But I loved it. I
Tell us
love when she got tired of Jerome
right
and
and
she was
left
like,
him.
I loved every moment of it.
She's I think one of the most dynamic characters on the show from
I
the
agree.
first season where she didn't even want to get into the game, but she gave Franklin
Right.
that link to old girl at the club. Then you find out that she used to date old girl, and then
Yeah.
oh now she's possibly cool with doing the working with him, and then she has the
Right.
idea to expand to St. Louis.
Right. Like
That
she
was the
did. She
beginning of
helped
her
she helped Franklin a lot.
a lot, a lot, a
A
lot.
lot. And I'd be like, all right now, don't forget how you got here now.
Right,
Like, I get it. Like he has gotten on my nerve a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, on season 6.
Franklin.
But I understand why he's acting the way he is at the same time.
So in universe, okay, we're in the Snowfall universe. Can you see why Louis is the way that she is now? Do you think it makes sense, or do you agree with her motivations?
Mm, I wouldn't say I think it makes sense. It's nice to watch. Like, it's entertaining, but does it make sense to me, though?
It doesn't make sense to me either because that's still supposed to be family, and he helped you out
Right,
a bunch. You wouldn't
right,
even be close to being in the game if it wasn't for Franklin.
right. And
Franklin
I do
took
feel like they both helped each other, but yeah, I agree with you.
Franklin helped a lot more. He had the business sense.
Especially, like, her being in Jerome's ear, like, "He would do this," or "He did this to me," or whatever, like, you just because she's his motivation. The reason why he's so angry with Franklin is because of her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he would've let some things slide, but she just in his ear like, "This is what he did to me," or "He put a gun on me, he did this," or whatever, and I'm just like, "Why are you
She
doing that?"
instigated, she manipulating the whole situation.
Yeah. Like, why are you doing that?
And we could kind of talk about Jerome too, because to
Right.
me, for him to be that far, I mean, but you know what? It's realistic though, because people fall in love with people and will
Right.
do whatever they say. Most hood wars start over a woman.
A woman. And Louis definitely is his weakness because you see it from beginning to up to this point. Because even she was hooked on drugs or whatever, he continued to stay with her. They went through a lot, and of course, he did do some stuff that required her to boss up on him a little bit. She left him. She had a whole relationship with this woman
Right?
and all of this stuff, and like he still stood by her side,
He
basically.
had to come save her from old girl though.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
her.
So I understand the connection, but it's just like, damn, bro, that's your nephew.
Your nephew. And then when he told him, if I knew you would
Turn out
if
to be a bitch ass
yeah,
nigga.
I
I
was
was just like,
like, why you saying that to little Franklin?
that scene was intense because I would have
It
stepped up
was
and slapped him. I would have said, we gotta
me
fight,
too.
Unc.
And he pulled out that gun and didn't do nothing. I said, look, I'm sick of you pulling that gun out and not using it.
You was going nowhere doing nothing. Selling dime bags on a porch, waiting for your bitch to come down from that charm.
I'll crack your motherfucking jaw.
I try to give you legacy. Something more than a subwoofer and a weight bench. And if you hadn't let yourself get played by that trick you married, you might have.
Fuck you think you talking to?
You ever live?
Nigga, you ain't gonna do shit!
I ain't gonna fucking do shit!
Do it. Pull it, nigga. Kill me. In this shit right now. Do it!
Cause why you pull it out? But also he frustrated because he wanna take it all the way there with them, but they family, so it kind of holds. He's still hesitating a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do feel like she instigate a lot of that, and I don't like the bad blood between the family because I feel like that's why they got so far because they had such a great connection as a family.
Exactly. There was unity. It was all of the pieces together.
Right,
That's how they found out how to cook the rock in the first place.
right,
Because they all decided to go up to Oakland. And then it was like, okay, we gonna take this. Okay, you take this part of LA, we take this part of LA.
exactly.
Okay, we man, that's business. It was just like y'all were
The
running so
family
good.
dynamics, and then Louis. She
But
started I think she on a power trip though. She
but
feel
would Louis have made this drastic of a turn if it wasn't for Teddy kind of pulling strings on her too?
yeah. Because
Because
he definitely is like ruining things from the outside
it don't matter to
by the
him. It
hand
just
in it
matters
too.
if the stuff gets moved. So he just like
Exactly.
whatever, I do bit of
Yeah, he
business with
don't
whoever.
he don't care. That's what Sissy is telling them. This man don't care about you. Like
And
you ain't nobody to him. You gonna risk your life over this nigga?
I don't like the fact that it I want to talk about Teddy now. I don't like the fact that this season he's more of a villain to me too. Because it's like now you think you get the happy ending, nigga?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he is. He's like he been on my nerves, but yeah, like he definitely is more of a villain this season. And like even to the point that also is like working behind his back or whatever to because they're at this point where it's like this nigga doing too much.
Right.
And I ain't trying to go down with him.
The fact that he wanna take Franklin's money now though and
Yeah.
run away with old girl, like, bro, you do not get to get the happy ending. No, after all the shit you done did, no, homie, like,
He don't. I hope he don't.
I hope
That's white privilege
for
at its
real,
finest.
for real. That'll definitely be white privilege if he get away with all of this.
Right.
Bro, you been selling crack, you done
See, that's
killed
why
a
you
whole
can't
bunch of
trust them.
people.
That's why you can't trust them.
But his character, like from him going to be the drug addict, I don't think there's ever a point in the series where I felt for him. I liked him at one point when he was teaching Franklin how to fly and took him to the
Yeah.
banks and that took him to the banks and stuff. But I'm
Yeah.
like, after that was just like, nah, nigga, you something wrong with you. I don't like you. Like
Yeah,
you weird.
he ain't wired right. That's what's wrong with him.
Right.
Franklin did been through a lot because of him, so he owed him that stuff, the
Yeah,
stuff that
exactly.
he got.
Yeah. And then I want to jump into you want to talk about Leon first or Franklin first?
We could talk about Leon. Leon is my favorite character. He was my favorite character from the beginning, just because he was so loyal. Like he never wanted to get into this, but he was like, okay, if you're gonna do this is how you gotta do it, and I got your back, basically.
Remember that
But
first season when they was on the bus and he was about ready to fight? Oh boy,
yeah,
like
yeah,
he's still
bro,
been
they've
with it
been
since the
through a
beginning.
lot, bro.
Yeah,
They've been through a lot. First for him, Kev, and Franklin. And like Franklin definitely wasn't a good friend to Lee. I don't think that he ever really was.
no,
Like he just was using him to do the stuff that he didn't want to do.
exactly. He was already at that mindset where Franklin is kind of at now, where he was ready to kill a nigga. Drop of a hat.
Yeah.
I do the dirty work type of
That's
thing. So,
another person who is who helped Franklin evolve as this drug dealer
right,
or whatever, because that wasn't him.
right.
And he had a lot of people that was like watching his back, protecting him, showing him how you needed to do things. Like when Franklin was in prison, and, him and Lee had that phone call, and Lee was telling him,
Oh,
"Don't let
I
them
think I
niggas
want to.
think that you
I want
soft."
to. Think I want to put that clip in here where he's just like go up
Yeah,
back in there and like he was woo. He was in full.
exactly.
See, Wanda? Sorry, man.
Trying to keep out the cookhouse. Should've listened. But I want you to listen to me. I've been where you at, nigga. But you gotta keep fighting, you hear me?
Yeah, man, of course.
Cause this shit ain't your fault.
Lee, stop.
When you leave here, go back in that dorm, grab the first nigga you see and beat the fuck out that nigga till they grab you off of that nigga. You hear me? Show who the fuck you is, nigga. No, look at this nigga face, man. Fuck. Show who the fuck you is. Any nigga that motherfucking try you, beat the fuck out that nigga.
Like I like him because of that, because to me that was loyalty, because he wasn't interested in being no drug dealer, at least not what Franklin was trying to do. He was, just his friend, and he had his back. He wanted to help him.
Right. And then to see his change like this, it makes a whole lot of
Yeah,
sense. You watched the,
yeah.
the most recent episode with him when they were in Africa, right?
Him and Wanda, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was so
And
powerful.
it was, and then like the fact that he never stopped loving her, no matter what happened, what she was doing. Then was that the last episode
Yeah.
where what to do to Dion, that's his name,
Uh
when he was trying to make him feel bad for being with Wanda,
oh yeah,
talking about how he had sex with her and stuff like that.
that's community pussy or whatever.
Yeah,
Dion.
I was like, I hate niggas like that.
I'm sorry, but I'm a non-violent person. But if you talk about my girl like that, bro, we gotta fight right then and there, bro.
And they fought, but I was actually proud of him for not fighting him right then.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that shows his growth too. Like he had to keep being pushed to go there. Because that shows his maturity as well. And the fact that he's just over it, like he tired of living like that.
And after he came, it was that trigger made a whole lot of sense. He got the lights fixed. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna
Right.
do it myself. Get the lights
Right.
fixed. Oh, you gonna shoot him back out? No, that's it.
Exactly. Because he was trying. He was trying to stop the war. He wasn't trying to make things worse because he tired. Like I'm ready to get out of here, but I want to help people.
Exactly.
But yeah, like he never wanted to be a part of it. And I love that. Like he stepped 100% stepped into that role, but he's at a point where it's like, this is never what I wanted. I'm done. Wanda is clean. They got married, which was beautiful.
I love the fact that because some shows would have made her become an addict again.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that they had the testing part last season when she was working at the hotline place,
Yeah.
and you know that she got tempted, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna relapse.
Right. I was
But
proud of her. I'm proud of her too.
yes,
And
and
Gail Bean did a had she killed that role. Like she was amazing from beginning to end.
we got to talk about her in P Valley too in
Yeah,
another
because she's
episode.
out. When I saw her on P Valley too, I'm like, bro, she's an actress. Like she
Actress.
literally can play any role.
You know what I don't like, especially in our community, is if you play an addict in anything, oh,
Yeah.
you a crackhead here too. Like,
Yeah.
no,
I hate that too.
she played an addict here, but that's to even get into addict form as if you're not an
That's
addict is
hard.
hard. It is
Hard.
hard. Like to have all the
Yeah.
mannerisms and
That's
then
probably like one of the hardest roles that you can play in a
uh,
movie.
unless you're in a comedy or something like that, like Chris Rock and Pookie or whatever, you being funny or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
The real addict in the fight out of it, that is
Yeah,
grade A
and those emotions that you got to tap into, and she made me believe that this was her story for real.
exactly. And I've seen so many people like that. That's a untold story really of the 80s is people that were young like her turning into addicts. Everybody sees old crackheads now.
Right,
These
right,
people were addicts back then. They were
right. When they were
teenagers,
younger, and the
20,
fact that they
21.
still be alive,
It's something else in that crack that's making them do. I'm telling
making them stay alive,
you, man, it's some superpower shit. Like you rarely hear about people.
like on Black Lightning.
Yep. So, I said I was calling that shit. I said that's crack. They got
Turning them kids into in the heroes. They got power. They got powers and stuff from using what the name of the drug was.
I cannot even remember.
Me
Whenever we
either.
go back, I'm a look it up though. Whenever we
Yeah,
do
because I think
do
I
Black
just gotta
Lightning.
watch the last season. I watched all except the last
Yeah,
season.
I gotta know what you think of that last. Like, it's like a 6 episode period in there that I want your opinion on. Which is like, this is stupid. This this is stupid. This is stupid. Why? And then it's over.
Have they started the painkiller thing, or are they not doing it?
They're not doing it now. I actually
Why?
think that would have been an entertaining series, but uh
Why?
it's because CW got bought out by another company, so they owe a lot of money. They took on a lot of debt taking their company, so they want
Dang.
cheap TV shows to make. They want the All Americans, they want Riverdale, all of those
Um,
kind of shows that are cheap to make, cheap teen drama type shows.
yeah, I
You
got you.
you don't
I
need
love
much.
Riverdale. I love it. Even though it be getting on my nerves, it's like, why is this a musical now? They just be doing some random stuff.
For real. So we were talked about Leon. He's honestly, the crazy thing is my prediction for him is unfortunately he's gonna die.
Die. Yeah. Same.
I don't know how.
Same. When I watched the last episode, I felt it.
Yeah. He's had his whole character arc now. So it's like,
Yeah.
where does his character go from here? He's gonna try to fight the good fight, but he's gonna get killed doing it.
Yeah. And
And
then Wanda being left behind, but I feel like the thing to like, if he does die, the thing to like, you know, to give us what we want is to like she pregnant with his baby, and like she leaves, she doesn't go back to crack or whatever. She doesn't become an addict again, but maybe she's pregnant and she just leaves
I think
LA.
I would like to see her start a treatment facility for people like with his
Mm.
money
Yeah, that would be
and
cool
reach out to
too.
people like her.
Or if she goes back to Africa,
Yeah. Yeah,
that would
that
be
would be
cool.
beautiful. That would be a
It
beautiful
would.
ending. See her
Right.
on the beach right there. Like,
Right.
yeah, that's how her character could close out. 'Cause
Yeah.
but I think Leon definitely gonna die. Like, I'm like,
Unfortunately.
yeah, it's
When they
gotta
was showing the war back and forth between Franklin and Louis and them, it just annoyed me so bad.
right. How this happened so fast. It's just like
Right.
total breakdown. Like,
I'm
we
like,
could talk.
all y'all getting on my nerves, because why is y'all doing this?
So we talked about the mom. Did we talk about his mom yet? Like that.
Not really. Not in detail.
Her character arc is. I feel like her character arc is almost finished too. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with her, but
They don't need to kill
I
her.
hope they don't. I don't think they need to kill her, but it's kind of like I want her to get some form of justice.
Yeah.
Like
I hope maybe she kills Teddy herself.
if she kills
That would be perfect.
ooh, from the first season though, seeing her too, like she was just like, "Don't bring none of that in my house. Get out, get
And
out."
then yeah, then she went to helping him, and it was only because she really loved her son, and she didn't want him to kind of go down the same road his dad did. Even though his dad
Exactly.
turned his life around, she really just loved him, and like Franklin was special.
Yeah.
He wasn't just like this kid that just wanted to sell drugs or whatever. He was special. He had a future. He could have left the hood.
A lot of
He
people that don't like that episode where he the
left
alternate version where he left and went to
and went
college
to
and everything.
college.
He was
That
so
would have been his life though.
exactly.
That would have been his life.
He's I'm gonna talk about it later, but the Franklin character is based on the real life Freeway Ricky Ross.
Ricky Ross.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
was like that. Freeway Ricky Ross was smart. Right
Yeah,
now that
I saw an interview with him and you could
he got
tell.
money. He got money now because he knows how to run the business.
A lot of the time drug dealers do. They be so smart. Like they be so smart. It's just the environment that
Yeah.
they fall victim to.
Yeah. I think that she's gonna but I think the mom, her character is going to she needs to get some kind of justice. So
She
either
do.
kill Teddy or be the reason for sure why he gets taken down.
Why he gets taken down, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a part of me wants Teddy to die, and a part of me wants Teddy to like get locked up. But like I said, white privilege.
Right. I want him
So
to get shot. Just I want him to like walk out of his door and then Frank
right, why he about to
right
like
there.
I'm about to leave you. Yeah.
That'd
And,
be a
and and his girlfriend.
yep,
Her too.
yep, yep. You don't get the happy ending, buddy. We could talk about a couple of side characters real quick, like um Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
When he that
I
season,
like Kevin.
I liked him too. And I had seen him on he's on Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, which I like his character on there. But
I gotta watch Raising Kanan.
if if you're gonna watch the Power Universe, I would suggest that one and Force.
Okay, got you.
First
Cause
before you go.
I did start book 2, but I just never finished
Book
it.
2 don't get that good until this last season. Season 2 is great. Season 1 is like they were still kind of picking
Yeah,
up the pieces from the last season of Power, but he didn't
right.
grow into his own character until season
Yeah,
2.
cause it's like Ghost Junior.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to be Ghost, and I'm like
Yeah.
Tyreek. He like no, you're not him.
Badass little boy.
Yeah.
But I
But
didn't
I
think
would say too though, he played that character because he had the whole world mad at him.
you know that that's when you know you playing a great character. When people
Yeah.
actually hate you in real
But
life.
he played that character in just about every movie he did. But I did see him on one about basketball where he wasn't that character, and he was
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah. So do you think that Kevin should have died like that?
No,
Me either.
at all.
I think that was the start of what we see Franklin as now.
Right. It was what they call it, his villain or the origin.
Yeah, it's villain
His
origin
origin
story.
story.
Because at first I'm like, fuck this money shit. Like, go ride on the Mexicans. Like,
Right.
or
Franklin
I told him not to be over there. I'm like, so what?
Franklin definitely was like more business minded.
Yeah, from the
Like
beginning.
from the very beginning. So they didn't understand a lot of the decisions that he made because they were loyal. It was like we friends. Like how you gonna say you gonna choose them? Because that's pretty much what you did. You chose them over us.
Exactly. Somebody that's supposed to be your partner, you know, you buying this man a house and everything. Like,
At that point, that's when Lee should have been like, "All right, I'm gonna head out." But he was so loyal.
I
He was so
thought that
loyal.
Lee, I thought that Lee was gonna end up turning on him. I thought that was gonna be the
I
storyline
did
there.
too. But he
Uh,
just kept being by his side. As he wanted out, Franklin was like, "Nah, nah, nigga, you got more people to kill." I
right.
was like, "Bro, that is messed up."
Let's talk about Lucia, the character we never got an answer about.
She just disappeared.
What happened?
I don't know what you think, Catherine. I think Teddy killed her.
I think so too, because she was disappearing. She disappeared like that. She said she was going to Mexico, so he's the only one I think that could have
Mm,
done something. I don't know if it's ever gonna come out though.
probably not, but I think that's what happened.
But it was like the way that they wrote her out. It was like a like old girl on Family Matters going up the stairs and never coming back down. It was
Yeah,
just like, damn, you went to
it
Mexico.
was like that. It never
What,
came back.
what happened to you? I bet you asked her what happened to your character. I don't know either.
Probably. She probably shot. So she probably you know how a lot of times we think their character disappeared and then you see an interview where they talking about I was supposed to be in this episode, but it didn't happen. They changed
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. Another character I want to talk about is Man Boy real quick. He blew that character out the water,
He did. He reminded me of my uncle.
right? He reminded me of one of them real niggas. Like, you know, you don't mess with him. He calculating, grimy.
Yeah,
Like he gonna
yeah,
turn on anybody to get what he wanted. Like,
yeah. A street nigga.
and the way he died was real fitting too. Like, do it, nigga.
I don't even remember how he doing it.
Franklin got him in the house,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Franklin,
yeah.
yeah, do it, nigga. Uh, trying to see
Talking junk to the end.
exactly which was his character, which is he stayed true to it. Uh, what about oh boy, the crazy one? What's his name?
The one that plays Stacy off
Yeah,
of
yeah. Isn't his
yeah.
name Stacy in here too?
Is
No,
it?
no, 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 no. His name was Stacy and another and something else too, but it wasn't that.
His name Scully.
Scully, yeah.
Yeah. DeAndre Bonds.
DeAndre Bonds, yeah. He a solid actor to me. When I first saw him, I'm like,
Same.
what a
I
kind
want
of
to see
character is
him in
this?
all the hood movies.
Exactly. He could morph into any type of hood nigga you want him to.
He can. He
he,
really can.
he right in this one, he the
But
crazy.
I loved his character on this show.
Me too. Me too. And the way that he's evolved too,
Right.
like
Yeah, because he was a loose cannon.
right now he the calm one telling them to chill out. Like
Right. Right.
y'all wildin'.
But him losing like basically his whole family, like the little girl first, that was sad.
Yeah.
Like even though he was who he was, it was still sad. Like that moment was so sad.
I honestly thought that either Franklin or Jerome was gonna kill him in the
I
last
thought
season.
I thought so too. I was like, I was shocked that he was still around.
Uh, so but he's a great character. Like that's why this show is so good because there's so many like
Yeah,
layered storylines. Gustavo is another one where I think that he's great, but I think like I wish he had more story.
more, yeah. And I understand like his role too, but I wish I wish I saw more emotion from him because I love when actors like him, like the tough guy, the one that doesn't really care, I'm gonna kill anybody or whatever. I love when they have more emotional like scenes or whatever. And I feel like the kids could have been like, could have been that for him. But I like the fact that he took care of them. And what is that his is the woman. They not they were together, right? When they got those kids.
Yeah, they were.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, they were boyfriend and girlfriend when they got the
Right.
kids. Although they were hinting that he was gonna be with Lucia,
Yeah, they were making
but
it
he
seem
got
like
with her,
that.
and now those were his cousin's kids, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. I think so. I think so. Cause
I
I
kind
was
of want
like,
to see him
is
have
those
like
his
a full range of emotions this season, and we're seeing more this season.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like something's gonna happen to one of the
The
kids.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to see that whole family dynamic outside of him being Teddy's do boy.
exactly. That's exactly what he
I'm
is.
I'm sick of seeing that.
I like the end of the last episode though when he got approached by old dude from the KGB.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is really interesting now. So who? Like, it's up in the air for the next episode. Is he gonna choose the DEA or he gonna choose the
Which
KGB?
side?
Or he gonna run away? Because I would run away.
That's what you think he gonna do? Run away?
I would run away in that situation.
I probably would too. That's a
I would
lot.
I would I would go ask Franklin, even though he don't know Franklin don't got his money,
And I
but
would
I'd
say
be like,
they need the lane.
mhm.
I've been waiting to see them like work together this whole
That
time.
episode when they both got trapped inside of that lion cage, that was
Yeah,
hard though. That was tight. That was
it
a
was.
great
I liked it. I would love to see them together more because I feel like the chemistry between the two of them,
on
especially since like Franklin was a fan of his wrestling at
exactly.
first.
Them on screen together is gold every time.
Yeah, I love it.
It'd be little short scenes throughout like the season, but like those are some of the best scenes of the series to me.
And I like Franklin when he's with him.
So before we get to Franklin, let's talk about his girlfriend. What did you
His
think when you
she
saw
looked
her
like
last season?
I was like, is that his mom?
Swear to God, I said the same thing.
I was like, she looks a lot older than him.
Right? They look just like
Who
his.
is this lady? I just didn't accept that that was his girlfriend.
I thought she was grimy at first. I'm like,
Me too.
she gonna tell on him. That's what I was thinking. She
I
gonna
thought she
tell
was too.
on.
And I'm like, this storyline is still happening. Like, why
Right?
she still here?
But it did make it a lot more interesting that she brought her mom in.
Yeah, yeah, her mom. And they look the same age.
I
The
think they
mom
gonna.
actually looks younger.
We not talking about people. We not talking about people. We just
Right,
talking.
right, right, right.
I think my prediction for them is the mom is gonna get the money somehow and take off.
I was gonna say the same thing too. Like she gonna play him. And Franklin already like at his limits with that whole thing. So it's gonna drive him
Oh yeah,
even crazier.
that's it. He gonna go on a killing spree
He gonna
after that.
snap.
Oh yeah,
Cause
that's
he
it.
already don't really trust her like that.
Exactly. He didn't want to reach out to her like that. But he said, you know what, do it. Just do it.
Yeah,
You
cause I
know?
was like, why would she do that?
Right. Is there any other side characters you want to talk about?
Peaches.
Yes.
Peaches, cause D-Ray killed that part.
That was another home run right there. Just like,
Yeah.
nigga, like you
And
funny
then
dude.
and then for him to like backstab Franklin like he did was perfect. That was perfect for his character's role
It
to
was that
me.
one episode where he turned his back. I was like, okay, he using. I was thinking, okay, he just gonna turn into a crackhead.
Right.
But I'm like, I didn't expect him to rob him though. Like
Hey,
everything.
look, that was perfect though. Cause he is the least expected. At least by
Exactly.
Franklin he was.
And that also let us get into the storyline of him being from Vietnam and him and Jerome's connection, which was really good. I hope they kind of bring him back somehow.
Talk about Peaches?
Yeah, I hope they kind of like they find him and figure out what happened.
Right, because Jerome's still like loyal. No, he wouldn't do that. There's a explanation for this or
Yeah.
whatever.
Definitely. There's got to be something. Oh, the dad, his
Oh
Franklin's dad.
yeah, his dad. Yeah. He looked like he could be Man Boy's dad. He look alike to me.
He's an
But yeah,
actor in here that I saw in something else though.
I've seen him in a few other things. He was on I think what was it? The movie that I know him for. Let me pull it up. But I love the Black Panther aspect with his dad and mom.
Right.
Um and I like that his dad went from being this alcoholic, this like a homeless guy that Franklin like when he I remember the scene where he was in the car and they kind of like rode by him
Right.
by his dad or whatever. And then I honestly didn't expect his mom to work things out with him because
Me either.
she was a little bitter that he was an alcoholic. But when they did, I was like, I like this
Me
because this
too.
usually doesn't happen.
I liked it, and it was like that's what they did it though. They built it up to where we could like it so much, and then okay, they're gonna get their happy ending in Cuba,
Yeah,
and in the last episode, Teddy pull up.
bro. Teddy,
Nigga.
he like I was expecting you, and I'm like, I'm sick of this man.
But I like the fact that they left it ambiguous because we don't know for sure if he died or not.
If he died or not, yeah, it
And
would be great
I would like to
if he
think that
came back
I would like to think he came back. He'll come back and do something.
or if he kills Teddy. And what if the mom knows that he's not dead?
She might. If she holding on to that
That
secret,
would be that would be interesting.
that'll be something that just
And then also like her playing the role of like the grieving, like the widow, like
yeah,
she mad.
that'll be so much. Any other side characters you could think of before we hop into the main event?
Another the girl, Franklin's girlfriend.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
his
her and
first
her
girlfriend.
yeah, her and
Yeah,
her
he
dad.
paid in full. That was the role that I most remember
Oh
his
yeah,
dad
yeah,
from.
yeah,
But yeah, his was that the first girlfriend
yeah. That
and
was her
her
first.
dad?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
storyline was so accurate to me, and I'm glad that they showed it. I'm glad that they showed it because everybody's like, "Well, how does somebody turn into a crackhead just like that?
Just like that.
Just like that?"
Just like that. And then her shooting him, her shooting Franklin for killing her
Yeah,
dad.
yes, she knew it. And I'm just like, damn, him on the ground crawling around afterwards too. I'm like, that's what your ass get. That's what your
Exactly.
ass get.
Her dad was nosy though.
Yeah,
But he
yeah,
was doing his job. So like it's like he was doing his job. He the typical black person that thinks that they're about to join the police force or whatever to clean up the neighborhood because they stay instead of leaving
right.
to
I
try
would
and
have
clean up.
rather a storyline with him taking down the corrupt police once he found out what they were doing.
Yeah, instead of like joining them.
Yeah, but it made sense that that Franklin was the one to take him down because he was so close and he was the one that was going to take Franklin down. If
Yeah,
anybody, he was so
absolutely.
close. He was so close. Like he was smart. He was figuring everything out. The drugs, all of this, something not right. Like
Sure, he was living right next door to the nigga, so he could watch him.
yeah, but I love that whole storyline though because I'm like this is
Me
real
too.
life. How this really like this is not exaggerating. People be at a party
Right,
chilling, he be drinking, and then somebody hands you
right.
something and you don't know what this is. Like, okay, next thing you know, you a crackhead. Like it's that fast. It's
But
literally
she did get clean, right? If I'm remembering it right.
yeah. When he
And
went to
then
see her,
left.
yeah, she went to I think to her family in Texas. I think she's,
Yeah,
but so she's still out there in the wind too,
yeah.
which makes me think
That she
that
coming back.
she's coming back and she's gonna be one of the people to testify against him.
That would be good because that's fitting.
Yeah,
I can
there's a
see
lot
that
of
fitting.
pieces. Like you got it's like a chess game right now. It's pieces
Yeah.
like in a
And
way
that's what I really love about it, because like you said, like a lot of these characters were people we never saw before, but they were amazing. Like you would have thought Also like the chemistry between all of them.
Yes.
Like
There
nothing was to me. There was no characters like the chemistry was never off to me.
never, never. Every character that's been on screen together have all vibed well. Okay, this makes
Right,
sense. I believe this. I'm into this scene. Like every
right,
time. Like I'm like
right.
everything I agree with. I even like
Exactly.
that episode we talked about where Franklin went to college. Like
Yeah, I like that episode too. That's why I was like, wow, like when you said they didn't like it, that would have
people
been his life.
people didn't like it because of the episode that preceded it because it was just like, okay, the story, what's happening to Franklin? Why is this happening?
Right.
Like,
Because it
but
just came out of nowhere.
yeah, but it's like it gave a different perspective. It showed you how
Right.
smart he is. He's smart.
Yeah,
So
smart.
so it's
Yeah,
like he
like he
didn't have
wasn't no little, little thug. He wasn't no little thug running around
exactly.
the neighborhood wanting to be like the drug dealers. He was
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
But at the same time, it wasn't rewarding. And I like that they showed that, like, because I feel like as kids, like, you go to school and stuff and you are smart, you do well in school. So when you graduate, the way that school is set up, the system, it makes you feel like all you have to do is be a good person and you're gonna get rewarded for that. Then you become an adult and you realize being a good person means nothing. Like it gets you nowhere. It
Absolutely
gets you
nowhere,
nothing.
especially if you're
That's
black.
why I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I think that was dope. So we could talk about the main event, Franklin now. Could you see from the first episode how Franklin was till now that he was gonna turn into what he turned into?
Yeah,
Like
he was gonna turn into what he turned into. Yeah, I could see it. And that's only because, like, for instance, we was talking about the thing that happened with him and Kev and because he was just, to him it was a business, and I'm trying to if I'm gonna do this, I'm trying to be the biggest. I want all the money, I want all of this or whatever, because he didn't want to be poor basically. So I could see him stepping more into like the drug dealer role or whatever, but him being like shady with his family and stuff like that, no. That's I feel like that was a little too much.
yeah, I did not see it coming. Like him to be that this much what like the last episode was a perfect example of how much he's changed. Because old Franklin would have been talking or whatever when they went to the cookhouse, and
Yeah,
he was just like he put that man face on the things like
yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
Franklin is no joke now. He this is straight to action. He would have paid somebody else to do it.
Bro, but he been through so much
Yeah,
too
yeah,
to get to that point.
yeah. So it's a real character progression because it didn't just start from him. With be in real life, nobody's gonna just kill somebody and be okay with it.
Nobody.
It's not gonna sit right with you. So you have to get to that point, and Franklin got to that point now where he'll kill a nigga and
Yeah. And it was a long journey because he still was, I need you to do this, Lee, I need you to do this, or Jerome doing or Peaches doing for him. But then he also is in a position where Peaches turned on him. Lee, that
exactly
his heart, he's not in it. He don't want it no more. After that thing happened with that little girl dying, he don't
right,
want it no more. And then Jerome neither. Like he is only still there because of Louis.
right, right.
So he really, when you think about it, he really don't have a choice but to be this person.
Exactly. I think that the beginning of him fully being the villain now, because as much as
Mhm.
people want to talk about, Franklin's the protagonist of this series,
Oh, he's
he's
not.
really a villain.
He
Like,
was. He really was a villain from the beginning because
yeah,
you brought these drugs into your neighborhood,
exactly, exactly,
made things worse. People killing, and that's because of you, solely because of you.
exactly. And when the last season, when he had to kill his friend, though, was like, okay, he's fully there now.
Yeah.
Like this is it. Franklin has reached his final form. Like when
And
he,
really, it just antagonists.
yeah,
Like everybody, the good person I would say would be Lee. Now
Lee
it's
is
like
the
him against everybody. trying to
Lee
get
and
things
it's
back in
crazy
order.
to see Lee and Wanda are the protagonists of the series. Like,
Protagonists, 'cause they don't want they were trying to save their community.
I
And
love it.
nobody here, and I felt so bad for him. Everybody he went to just kind of like get, especially when Jerome was like told him like get out of here, get out my
Yeah,
face,
take
little
that shit
nigga.
with you.
I was like, we ain't did to you.
What did he do to you?
We
Like,
did nothing to you.
he been the most loyal to you and Franklin.
And
Like,
Franklin.
so for him to go to him and then say that, and then Franklin said, "Pick a side, nigga." Like,
Yeah, you gotta pick a side. I'm like, bro, this man just
facts,
had a great vacation, and y'all ruined it just that
right?
quick.
He had a reality check hard when he get back home. Like,
Right.
yeah. Overall, what are your thoughts on the series so far? We're gonna
I
kind of do.
I love it. Like I love Snowfall. I liked it from the beginning.
Me too.
Um, it's amazing, the characters, the storyline, and also like seeing the interviews of some of the people. Gail, I saw Gail. I never saw his name is Damsey
Damson.
Damson. I don't think I ever saw an interview with him, but Isaiah, Gail Bean, and who else? I don't remember, but seeing the things that like led up to it too, them talking about it was amazing as well. But I think overall good. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
I think I would, ratings wise, as a complete series, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. It would have been higher, but I like a series that doesn't have any loose ends. So I'm
Yeah,
not
they
sure
got a
yet.
lot.
They got a couple of loose ends
Yeah,
where it's just like, okay, it's ambiguous. What happened to his dad
yeah,
for sure? What happened to Lucia? And what
right.
happened to what's his name? Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches. That so let's say, of course, we still got some episodes to go. Let's say which of those people do you want to see an ending for the most? If you had to choose between the three of them, which loose end would you want to be tied?
Peaches.
Yeah, same for me.
Because I want it's something that he was so loyal, and then we saw him kind of sliding off the wagon a little bit, but you weren't
Yeah,
sure, is it drugs? I was thinking it was HIV
really.
because it's the 80s, and that's when it was
Mm,
prevalent. So I was thinking they were gonna pull that story like he's getting sick. Because that didn't look like dope sick to me.
you might be right, but also the reason for him stealing
Stealing all of that money. Did
all that
somebody else
money from
pull
him.
his strings? Was he
Yeah.
it's like
What if he was working with Teddy?
that could have been the way he got the money to even hire old boy to take his money. Like,
Right. I mean, it's so many ways that it could end. That's
yeah.
that's
So I
what
can't
makes
I
it
can't
good
pass full
too.
judgment, but so far, 8.5, fantastic acting, fantastic storytelling, uh
Right.
dynamic characters.
And
Uh,
rest in peace, John Singleton, because
yeah,
God dang it,
yeah.
he amazing.
This last
Every single movie he's done has been amazing to me.
yeah, me too. He did Baby Boy.
Yeah,
Originally Pac was supposed to be in that.
yeah. I forgot who
I
I heard say was. Do you
uh
think that role would have fit him?
it would have been a different movie, and I think it would have been a better movie.
Yeah, because he definitely wasn't about to be Jody.
Tyrese is I'm not saying he's a bad actor or nothing, but he's not.
Tyrese played okay, in my opinion, for the character for who Jody was, he was Jody.
Yeah,
Like just lame.
yeah, lame ass.
Just lame thinking that he that nigga, but you really
Yeah,
not.
there's so many like quotable things from that movie from all time and all of that. Like yeah, but
I haven't seen that movie in so long. BET wore me out with that
oh
movie.
man, I hated the BET cut. I hated the BET cut, brother. Like the way they edit stuff. I'm sick of this mother loving.
Yeah, mother. What is a mother loving? I've never heard nobody say that before.
You know the people that they gotta do the edits is laughing in the thing like
Laughing.
we gotta sit.
You do that with a straight face.
You cannot. There's no way they was in there. This serious business. We got to dub over the movie.
It was
but
terrible, but black people love that movie.
overall, it's a great series. This final season gives me final season vibes.
It does. It does.
Like there's too many moving parts right now. Okay, so the KGB, Teddy, Franklin's mom.
Yeah.
What's
It's
Louis
kind of
gonna
like
do?
who gonna be the winner? Who gonna
Exactly.
be the person that
And right now,
finishes?
prediction wise, I can't guess who's
Me
gonna come out
either.
on top because there's too many moving parts right now.
I was like, this is the most organized, chaotic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Especially now the fact that that Teddy knows who the KGB dude is. Yeah,
Right.
I'm just like, so he knows about you, you know about him, the DA knows about y'all.
Who gonna I would be so pissed off if they let Teddy come out of this unscathed.
Oh, he better not.
Bro.
Teddy needs to eat a bullet. I swear he just needs to eat a bullet.
Bro, this nigga like an anime character. He just be getting out of everything.
Exactly. Exactly. He get away with too much stuff. He gotta die.
He
I think
do.
Franklin is either gonna die or go to jail. I think Franklin's gonna go to jail.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go to jail.
And
For sure.
I think Louis might die.
Yeah. I wouldn't be sad about that.
Me either. Louis gonna die, and but it'll make me sad for Jerome.
Yeah.
Because then he has to sit and deal with that on top of the fact that he's a Vietnam vet. So
yeah, and that's another a character too that I wished we kind of like got deeper into the things that he went through or whatever. Because even though he was selling drugs, but it was just weed. He wasn't doing, he was just doing enough to get by. And then he just got immersed into it. He didn't really want to be a part of it either.
he was just selling weed at first.
That's what I say. He was just selling weed. He was,
he just selling pot with his nephew. He didn't want the big money. Just like this enough just to get by.
That's enough to get by. He was one of those people in life that are comfortable with life being the way it is.
Exactly. But Franklin was always had the ambition to be more.
He was so ambitious. He wanted more of this, more of that. That's why I really appreciated that college episode.
Oh, well, before we get out of here, there's one character I wanted to talk about that I'm really sad they killed off because I liked him a lot. Avi.
Oh yeah. I love him too.
He was so good.
Yeah.
The way that they killed him too, I'm like, okay, he gonna get out. He gonna get her, probably go back to his home country. And I'm just like, oh, they gonna kill him like that.
I liked him. He was like the comedic relief in the
But he had such an important role because he was the go between Teddy and Franklin at first. And then I didn't like the fact that he was running guns for Teddy too, and a lot of people don't know
Teddy just got a lot of people.
A lot of people don't know that this story is like it's set fictionally, but a lot of this stuff really happened.
Real, yeah.
The CIA selling drugs is real.
Yeah, that's real.
Right.
And also, I would have liked to see Freeway Ricky Ross's like 100%. Like I want to see a documentary now.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they did him wrong.
Yeah,
because they didn't include him. So the story they're kind of saying it's not his, but if you know the history, this is his story.
It's his story.
So,
yeah.
I hope that
I think he said he's gonna do his own.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see.
If they get the right directors and actors and everything, it could rival Snowfall because his story is interesting.
Yeah, he was like, I'm like, hire me, I'll write that job.
For real.
He said something about they paid a screenwriter $2 million and was trying to pay him. I forgot how much. I'm like, nigga, just let me write that junk.
Exactly. I just want to sit down, especially when you got it's not is his source material is so good. Just tell me what happened in his
Right,
life,
tell
bro.
me, let me write that junk.
Okay,
It should
this
be.
happened. This shit go right itself, buddy. Like,
Right. Shoot.
you didn't even gotta embellish nothing. Like, but this is fun.
And
This
like
was
you said, it would be a lot, but I think it would be a lot better than Snowfall, which is saying a lot.
exactly because this series is fantastic from front to back. But we haven't got to the end yet. So when it
Yeah.
ends, I think it has another like a couple weeks before it's over.
Yeah, we gotta do an update.
So we're gonna do an update to this one because this one it could end up being one of the only perfect series that's out there. And
Especially recent TV.
there's not that
Yeah,
many that are just flawless. There's
right.
only one, no, two right now that I think. Well, together I think they're one. The Breaking Bad and the Better Call Saul universe, where it's just like there's
Well, I
no
haven't seen that one.
they're
Breaking
together.
Bad. I need to get back on Breaking Bad.
They're together. There is like you would think since they did a prequel, there might be some plot holes or whatever. There is zero plot holes. Everything makes sense in all of it
I gotta get
together.
back on it.
I was just like, when I watched the last episode, I'm like, damn. But that's
Yeah,
how it
I'm
should
back.
have went down. That's how it
I
should have
gotta
went.
I gotta start back watching my movies and taking my notes.
Down.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Dexter?
No, I don't think so.
That had potential.
That's Dexter.
Huh?
That's the name of it.
Yeah,
Dexter.
Dexter. Yeah, he's a serial killer.
I haven't seen it.
It had the
Is that
first.
new?
No, it came out in 2013, I think, or 20. Oh, it
Okay.
ended. I think it ended in 2013. It might have ended in 2013. But it was a great series. It was one of those that kind of jumps off the tracks after a while. It's just like, damn,
Yeah.
this was so good.
You ever seen Blacklist? That was
No,
good too, but I haven't finished it though.
I'm gonna start watching that though because I seen like I like it when I see shows have gotten deep into it, like 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Because it's like either two things happen: either this show is really good, or they jump the shark.
It was, from what I've seen, it's really good. I think I probably got a couple of seasons that I haven't watched.
But overall, any final thoughts on Snowfall?
No, I'm just waiting to see how it's gonna end. I'm just anxious to see it.
If you haven't watched Snowfall and you're watching this, then you probably shouldn't watch this all the way through because
Yeah.
We spoiled the whole series.
Yeah, we did.
But
We
if
gotta
you,
put a spoiler alert on
yeah,
there.
yeah, definitely, I'll put the spoiler alert at the beginning. If we, but if you haven't seen it and you watch this anyway, it's great because we didn't give everything away, but we spoiled major
Right.
parts.
We
But it
did.
still be entertaining, even knowing what we just said. It's still gonna be like watching some of
Yeah,
these.
yeah, we definitely cannot paint the picture for you. I don't see how people get spoiled because I can't. I
Right?
can't get
I
spoiled.
used to be like really like big on that, like don't tell me what happens. But then I'm like Endgame. If somebody
Right.
would have told me, I knew what was gonna happen beforehand, but actually seeing all the heroes come
Seeing
out, like
it,
I'm just like,
Endgame was so great, but bruh, that joint was so stressful. I was so stressed out.
but this is the first episode of the Royal Genius Reviews. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, this gonna be fun.
This is
I get to talk about movies and TV
right,
shows.
right. This is a whole new channel, but if you like our other content, you know, we got the Social Cycle podcast, we got the Real podcast, raw exchange analysis of life, but this is going to be our third channel, so
It's probably like the sixth, seventh one of mine.
yeah. This would be my other because I have my music channel too, so
Yeah.
I want to be like the big YouTubers where you see they got like cross-platform uniformity, like 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
how you do that, buddy?
Because I feel like my channels stand alone. That's why I haven't combined them. Because they're so different.
Right. People gonna come to this one that like TV shows.
Yeah.
So subscribe, like,
Like, comment. Let us know what you think about Snowfall so far.
and if you think it's trash, I'm gonna think something's wrong with you.
Yeah. Absolutely not trash.
Absolutely not.
Unless you think it's trash because it's somebody's story that they took.
Right.
Mm,
Or you just can't relate. Like,
right.
but this is real to us because we black and we know some crackheads. All of us have seen crack and crackheads and all that.
Yeah.
But we out, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.